Hello people, welcome to my channel, welcome to another video. This is my Chelsea versus Arsenal combined 11, which is being done just ahead of the Europa League final, which is being held in just under 2 days time. I'm here with one of my best friends, Mitchell, who is clearly an Arsenal fan.
Hello, guys.
So yeah, we've come up with a shortlist. We've come up with a shortlist for each position, and we're going to start off with the goalkeepers. And just before we get into the personnel, i.e., the players from each side, yes, I do have a microphone now, by the way, so you lot cannot complain about the audio. But yes, just before we get into the personnel, we've gone with a 4-2-3-1 formation. That almost crossed my mind. But yes, I'm going to pass the mic to Mitchell when the Arsenal players are to be mentioned. So starting off with the goalkeepers, we've gone with Kepa and Willy Caballero, and on Arsenal side, we've gone with.
Leno and Petr Cech.
So narrowing it down, I personally think that it should be Kepa and Bernd Leno. I do like Petr Cech very much because of what he's done for us over the 11 years of service. But I think that Arsenal have ruined him, which is very annoying, and that's actually frustrated me. He was under the best goalkeeping coach in the world in Christoph Lolachon, but yeah, for me, I think that Kepa should be in goal for this combined 11. Do you agree or disagree?
For me, even though Kevin's a good goalkeeper, I have to disagree because I feel like Leno, he's been in the how should I say it, competitive league for a couple of years. I think for me, he's experienced. So I feel like we should go with the experienced goalkeeper.
Yeah, but didn't Kepa
But
come from Atletico Bilbao?
yeah, but Leno came from Bayer Leverkusen, and obviously he's been in the Champions League as well.
Who should we go with then?
For me, I think I would put Leno though, because I think Kepa's a manager as well. So.
Oh, stop that, stop it, stop it. Who do you think should be in goal? By the way, this is David. You can't see him, but yeah, who do you think should go in goal?
I think Kepa's had a better season. Judging just by judging from this season, I think he's had a better season.
Fair enough. So we're gonna go with Kepa in goal, but don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Bernd Leno is a very good goalkeeper. But yeah, we've gone with Kepa in goal. Down to the defenders, and as always on my YouTube channel, I like to do things from right to left. So starting off with the right backs in Chelsea. On Chelsea side. Sorry, I'm a bit camera shy. I haven't done this in a while, just over 2 weeks. But yes, on Chelsea side, in terms of the right backs, we've gone with Cesar Azpilicueta and Davide Zappacosta, and on Arsenal side, we've gone with
Maitland-Niles and Stefan Lichtsteiner.
For me, I don't even need to narrow this down. There's only one player who deserves to get into this team, and that is Cesar Azpilicueta. He's the best out of the lot. He's been consistent for the last 4 or 5 seasons now, if not 6. He's an absolutely solid defender. He knows how to tackle. People say that his legs are going, which is fair enough. I believe he's 29 now, so that is understandable. But for me, there's no better player out of the 4 than Cesar Azpilicueta. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree. I feel like he's a very, very good defender, which Arsenal will obviously be using him if we buy him. Well, we probably won't. But yeah, he's a very good defender.
So that's it. We're going with Cesar Azpilicueta. Now for the centre back positions, and on Chelsea side, we've gone with David Luiz, Antonio Rudiger. Sorry for stuttering, by the way. Andreas Christensen and Gary Cahill. And on Arsenal side, we've gone with.
We've got Laura Koscielny, Socrates, Mustafi, and Rob Holding.
For me, there's one player on Chelsea's side who definitely deserves to get into it, and that's Antonio Rudiger. Yes, he's had a few blunders, but for me, he's been our best centre-back. On Arsenal side, I think that there's only one player who also deserves to get into it, and that's Socrates. So I think that should be the centre-back pairing. Do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, I agree so much.
So that's the centre-back pairing in which we've gone with. The back 4 so far is Cesar Azpilicueta at right back, a centre-back pairing of Antonio Rudiger and Socrates. So now for the left-back positions. On Chelsea's side, we've gone with Emerson Palmieri and Marcos Alonso. And on Arsenal's side, we've gone with...
Nacho Monreal and Sead Kolasinac.
God, I dislike that player so much. This is a bit of a tough one because both of our left-backs have been decent, but they haven't had the best seasons. So on our side, I don't really know. On Arsenal's side, who do you think has been the better left back?
For me this season, I'll have to go with Sead Kolasinac.
I think Marcos Alonso has played. I think he's played a lot more. I don't know if he has. That's just me speaking off the top of my head. So I don't really know if he has. I'm gonna need to check the statistics afterwards. But for me, based on what I've seen, I'm gonna have to go with Emerson Palmieri. Marcos Alonso has been good, but I think that he needs to play in the left back spot for more time. I think that Emerson Palmieri is more of a natural left back, so on our side, I'm gonna have to put him forward. But don't get me wrong, Marcos Alonso is a talented player. I don't agree with some of the hate he's had to face this season, but yeah, we've narrowed it down to Emerson Palmieri and Sead Kolasinac. And for me, I'm sorry, Mitchell, but only one player gets into this, and that's Emerson Palmieri. I think Sead Kolasinac is a bit. He's a bit. What do you think of him?
I feel like he's a really good player, Sead Kolasinac, but I think he's more of an attacking defender, so probably a wing back. He's way better at going up the flanks, and when he defends, I feel like he needs to work on that a bit more.
Don't eat the microphone. So who do you think should get into the left back spot then?
I feel like Sead Kolasinac. I think he's just more experienced for me.
Okay, that's a fair enough argument. So that's the back four complete. From right to left, Cesar Azpilicueta, Antonio Rudiger, Socrates, I cannot pronounce his surname, and Sead
Papastanopoulos.
and Sead Kolasinac at left back. So now, now for the midfielders. And because we've gone for 4-2-3-1, we're going to go with the two defensive midfielders first, and then we're going to fill the attacking midfield role afterwards. So yeah, starting off with the two defensive midfield positions. I mean, getting into the central midfield shortlist, on Chelsea's side, we've gone with N'Golo Kante, Mateo Kovacic, Ross Barkley, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho, and Ethan Ampadu. And on Arsenal's side, we have gone with
Matteo Guendouzi, Lucas Torreira, Granit Xhaka, and Joe Willock.
Two more.
We've got Mkhitaryan and Ozil.
Yep. So, to be honest, the two defensive midfield positions can only be filled by two players, and they are N'Golo Kante and Lucas Torreira. And I know Mitchell agrees with what I'm saying, or what I have just said, because we actually discussed this before.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the two defensive midfield positions out of the way. Who do you think should get into the attacking midfield position?
Jorginho, man.
So what?
Are you sure?
I was joking around.
He's not even that strong defensively. But yeah, those are the two defensive midfield positions out of the way. In the attacking midfield position, I think that only one player deserves it.
What? Who?
Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
For me, I disagree.
Who do you think should get in there?
For me, I feel like it should be Mesut Ozil. I feel like he's more experienced. He's played more games, I think, as well.
But Ruben Loftus-Cheek's done more this season.
For me, I feel like he knows what to do in big games, and his vision and passing is really good. But it's all about the consistency with Mesut Ozil.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek hasn't had many big games to play. He's also been injured a lot this season as well. He just got injured in that game against New England Revolution, which I still cannot. I cannot fathom why we played that game. I cannot fathom why we played that game, because now Ruben Loftus-Cheek's injured, and I know this isn't a preview, but I am not confident because our midfield is in terms of injuries, it's a problem because N'Golo Kante might miss the game as well. But in the attacking midfield positions, we can obviously put Ross Barkley, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Aaron Ramsey, and Mesut Ozil there. I believe you could put Joe Willock there, can you? And you could put Mateo Kovacic there as well, but I'm not even going to consider him because he's not even had the best of seasons. So on our side, I think that it should be Ross Barkley and Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And on Arsenal's side, who do you think should get in there? Just to narrow it down.
I feel like should be Mesut Ozil,
And
Mkhitaryan maybe.
then we're going to narrow it down again. I think it should be Ruben Loftus-Cheek and
Mesut Ozil.
like I said, I think it should be Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He can drive with the ball. He can hold the ball. He can shield off defenders. He's got pace. He's got power, and he can shoot as well. I remember his third goal against Bate Borisov back in October when we beat them by 3-1. Cracking finish. Yes, it did take a deflection off the goalkeeper, but take nothing away from the finish. And he's also got good finishing as well. I forgot to mention.
For me, I have to disagree. Mesut Ozil, I feel like he's more experienced, and that goal that he created with Aubameyang against Leicester in 2018.
Oh yeah, I remember.
That was an amazing. Like I feel like his vision. I don't think not many players has a vision that Ozil has.
David, what do you think?
That's a tough one. I mean, I feel like Loftus-Cheek has been on form this season, but I feel like he hasn't had enough game time because of Sarri, so it's not really his fault. But in the games that he has played in, he has done pretty well.
I agree.
With Ozil, I feel like there's a bit of some fans want him to go, so I'm confused as to why Mitchell's saying Ozil, because I don't think he's done all right, but he's not done as well as everyone's saying he has done.
So who do you go with?
I'll edge it to Loftus-Cheek. I'll edge it to him.
So in that attacking midfield position, thank you for the triangulation, or thank you for helping us triangulate, shall I say. We've gone with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and now for the wingers. Arsenal don't have too many wingers. I believe they only have one natural winger at the club.
Yep.
So the Arsenal side of the shortlist for this particular position on the pitch is a bit short. But on Chelsea's side, we've gone with Eden Hazard, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Willian and Pedro Rodriguez. And on Arsenal side, we've actually put an attacking midfielder in there, and you can probably guess who. But yes,
Alex Iwobi and Henrik Mkhitaryan.
in the left wing position, there's only one player getting in there, and that's Eden Hazard. So that doesn't even need to be queried. Now for the right wing position.
Henrik Mkhitaryan.
Do you really think so?
Well, that's the only player we've got, so.
I'm not entirely sure, because Willian and Pedro, they've been a bit iffy this season. They are both getting old. I believe they are the oldest Premier League wingers, or let me rephrase that, they are the oldest wingers in the Premier League. But yeah, this one's a hard one. Also, Callum Hudson-Odoi can play on the right-hand side, and he's had a fairly decent season up until those Burnley players had to go and injure him. He scored a few goals as well. But I think it should be either Callum Hudson-Odoi or Henrik. However you say the guy's name.
Henrik Mkhitaryan.
Who do you think's had the better season?
What, between Henrik Mkhitaryan and Hudson-Odoi?
Yep.
I feel like Hudson-Odoi, to be honest. Like Mkhitaryan, I feel like this league's not for him. I think he's too slow for this league. Like the Premier League's all about pace now. I feel like Hudson-Odoi, he's done all right since
he's got blistering pace, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got blistering pace. A player that will do well if he joined Arsenal. Obviously, probably won't happen. So, yeah,
I doubt that would happen. Hopefully, he signs a contract. It would be nice for him to stay. Obviously, he's injured at the moment, like I just said, because those Burnley players had to go and injure him and ruin it for us. But yes, I believe that's Mitchell going with Callum Hudson-Odoi. So that's the two winger positions filled, and they are occupied by Eden Hazard and Callum Hudson-Odoi. Now for the strikers.
not doing well for you, aren't they, mate?
Painful.
Oh my god.
Especially with that transfer ban.
Oh my god. Before we get into the strikers, let's just do a recap, because I don't really want to go off on one. But yes, in goal we've gone with Kepa. Did we go with him?
Yeah.
We went with Kepa in goal. We went with a back four from right to left of Cesar Azpilicueta, Antonio Rudiger. I almost said David Luiz because I'm so used to saying that. Cesar Azpilicueta, Antonio Rudiger, Socrates, and who did we go with at left?
Kolasinac.
Oh yeah, Said Kolasinac. In the two defensive midfield positions, we went with N'Golo Kante and Lucas Torreira, with Ruben Loftus-Cheek occupying that central attacking midfield position, and we went with Eden Hazard and Callum Hudson-Odoi as the wingers. Now there's only one position to fill now, and that's the striker position. Oh my god. It's so bad. Our striker situation is absolutely shocking.
I have to agree, man.
We've got Tammy Abraham out on loan. We've got Alvaro Morata out on loan as well. I think that
He doesn't want to come back.
You got Michy Batshuayi out on loan as well.
I was meant to say him actually. We've got Batshuayi out on loan as well, and we decided to bring in Gonzalo Higuain. Now I do like him. I do like every single Chelsea player because I don't see a need to hate on any player. I think it's a bit stupid to do so, but I think he's too old. And I think we should have brought back one of our actual strikers, i.e., one of the strikers who's actually been brought by the club or has actually been at the club already. So, i.e., Tammy Abraham, Michy Batshuayi, and Alvaro Morata. But on Chelsea's side, we have Olivier Giroud and Gonzalo Higuain, and on Arsenal's side,
Oh boy.
thank you.
We've got Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Alexander Lacazette, and Eddie Nketiah.
And to be honest, I'm not even going to put any Chelsea player. I'm not even going to put either of the Chelsea strikers forward. As much as I love Olivier Giroud, I think he's a good player, but Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Alexander Lacazette are ahead of him. So I think it has to be out of either of them, and I think that's a hard one because both of them have been excellent this season. I mean, I remember that Lacazette goal against us back in January. Brilliant goal. I was about to swear there. Shocking defending. It could have been defended a lot better, but take nothing away from the finish. So who would you go with out of those two?
For me, I'll have to go with. I'll probably have to go with Lacazette because I feel like Aubameyang. It's a close call. Aubameyang is world class just as much as Lacazette, but for me, Lacazette has a bit more in his game with the pressing, the hold up play, the way he moves the ball and passes it into space. He drops the back. What am I saying? He gets the ball at his feet and then just drives with it really quickly. I feel like Lacazette has been our best player this season. But don't get me wrong, Aubameyang is very, very close to that spot.
Would you say that he has better finishing as well?
Nah, I don't think so. I feel like Aubameyang's got better finishing. I think Aubameyang's more of a finisher, with Lacazette's more of a hold-up play guy with pressing as well in his game. But Lacazette's finishing is really good as well.
Aubameyang's never scored against us, and hopefully he doesn't score against us in the final. But you're going with Lacazette?
Yeah.
So that's the team. To recap again, Kepa in goal, a back four from right to left of Cesar Azpilicueta, Antonio Rudiger, Socrates, and Said Kolasinac, a midfield five of Lucas Torreira and N'Golo Kante in the two defensive midfield positions, with Callum Hudson-Odoi, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and Eden Hazard just ahead of him, with Alexandre Lacazette as the lone striker. So that's the team in which we've gone with. Let me know what your teams are down in the comment section below, and as always, I'll do my best to respond. That is the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I was going to live stream this, but YouTube stupidly decided to change their rules, and it's very annoying because I wanted to interact with you lot. What were you going to say?
YouTube, if you see this video, you probably will change. You got to change YouTube, man. 6 years ago, YouTube was the best platform in the world, but now it's going downhill. Someone's going to overtake you soon if you're not being careful. So please change it so this guy can live stream more videos.
Thank you. That's very kind. What I was going to say is that I was going to live stream this, but YouTube didn't allow me to do so because obviously I don't have enough subs. I can't even speak. I don't have enough subscribers. I believe I need 1,000. I think so. Is it 1,000?
I'm not sure exactly. I didn't see it.
I'm gonna have to check on my laptop, but yeah, I wasn't able to live stream it, and it's kind of annoying because I wanted to interact with you guys in the comment section. Not about sex though. You know who you are. I'm sorry, I had to plug that because, oh god, it's so annoying having to read those comments. But yes, more videos will be done very soon. I don't even know what else to say. Hopefully we win because it would be nice to see us beat them in the final. All that is left for us to say is may the best team win.
May the best team win.
Come on, you Blues.
Come on, you Gunners.
Let's get this trophy.
Let's get this trophy. This team, not that team.
See you all very soon.
See you soon.
Good video. I enjoyed that.